Boxing pound-for-pound rankings Gervonta Davis makes debut after masterful performance versus Ryan Garcia. It took a while to get here as Gervonta Davis and his team carefully built him into one of boxing's biggest box office stars in recent years, but, finally, Tank is getting the critical respect that has long eluded him as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. Davis, 28, made sure his critics were out of ammunition following his dominant 7th-round knockout of fellow unbeaten Ryan Garcia in their April pay-per-view showdown in Las Vegas. Not only did Davis showcase the power that has helped him acquire the label as one of the most devastating one-punch knockout artists in the sport, it was the evolution of his boxing IQ that played the biggest role in how easily he made dissecting Garcia's game feel. Davis averages, according to CompuBox, the least amount of attempted punches of any active boxer over 12 rounds. But he makes each throw count by how incredibly accurate his countershots land. Davis is also an underrated body puncher, which he used to wear Garcia down before stopping him with a counter left hand downstairs later in the fight. Can't get enough boxing and MMA? Get the latest in the world of combat sports from two of the best in the business. Subscribe to Morning Combat with Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell for the best analysis and in-depth news. If you make a mistake against Davis, he typically makes you pay in ways that alter the course of the fight, as evidenced by the counter left hand he landed to drop Garcia in round 2 that went a long way in disciplining Garcia by leaving him weary to get off first with his jab. How far Davis can carry his power up in weight remains to be seen as he continues to evolve, but even without a major title at lightweight, Tank remains the true power player in the division given how consistently he sells out arenas and headlines PPV cards. Using a criteria that takes into account everything from accomplishments to current form, let's take a closer look at the top fighters inside the ring. Below is the latest pound-for-pound rankings update after Davis' win in April. Undisputed bantamweight champion, 21-0, 19 KOs, previous ranking no. 1 at 29, the Japanese monster is operating at the peak of what is becoming an all-time great career. The 3-division champion added undisputed status at 118 pounds to his resume by finishing an overly cautious Paul Butler to become the first 4-belt champion in divisional history. Inoue is expected to move up to 122 pounds next, where there are no shortage of elite foes. Unified welterweight champion, 28-0, 22 KOs, previous ranking number 2. The only fight that makes sense for Spence is an undisputed showdown with WBO champion Terence Crawford for all 4 titles. The good news is that talks continue behind the scenes for a possible superfight this summer, which became more likely once talks for a Spence fight against Keith Thurman at 154 pounds died down. WBO welterweight champion, 38-0, 28 KOs, previous ranking number 3. No one has ever questioned Crawford's talent, but the 35-year-old promotional free agent pulled out of talks to fight Errol Spence Jr. in November for the undisputed welterweight championship. Bud scored a thunderous knockout of David Avanesian in his lone appearance in 2022 as eyes continue to look for the unification matchup. Undisputed super middleweight champion, 58-2, 38 KOs, previous ranking no. 4. The combination of a light heavyweight title loss to Dmitry Bivol and an uneven decision win over 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin in their trilogy has Alvarez slipping just a bit at age 32. Following left wrist surgery, Alvarez will defend his titles against mandatory foe John Ryder in a May 6 homecoming in Guadalajara, Mexico. Unified heavyweight champion, 19-0, 13 KOs, previous ranking 5. Usyk's professional run has been as decorated as it has been perfect. The former undisputed cruiserweight champion even has a strong argument for best fighter in the sport after defeating Anthony Joshua in their August rematch. Unfortunately for fans, an undisputed title bout against WBC champion Tyson Fury continues to elude Usyk despite how easy it appears to make. WBA light heavyweight champion, 21-0, 11 KOs, previous ranking 6. Criticized at times for playing it safe in the past, Bivol was anything but in his career-making victory over pound-for-pound king Canelo Alvarez. The 175-pound title holder was even more explosive in a convincing shutdown of unbeaten Gilberto Zurda Ramirez in November. WBC heavyweight champion, 33-0-1, 25 KOs, previous ranking no. 7. The 34-year-old Gypsy King chose to stay active in a largely unnecessary trilogy bout against Derek Chisora in December. The problem now is Fury hasn't shown any signs of actually wanting an undisputed title bout against Oleksandr Usyk as he continues to make seemingly disingenuous accusations at the unified king for avoiding him. Secondary lightweight title holder, 29-0, 27 KOs, previous ranking NR. It's about time Tank is finally getting his due as one of the most dangerous and well-rounded boxers on the planet. The efficient sniper finished unbeaten Ryan Garcia with a body shot in round 7 of their April superfight and continues to make a case for being the next breakout star in the sport. WBO junior lightweight champion, 20-0, 10 KOs, previous ranking no. 8. Fresh off of blanking of Robson Conceição last fall, Stevenson moved up in weight and finished unbeaten Shuichiro Yoshino in April to announce himself at lightweight. Although it's likely Stevenson will continue to be avoided, he has declared his hopes of facing the May 20th winner of the Devin Haney Vasily Lomachenko undisputed title bout. Undisputed lightweight champion, 29-0, 15 KOs, previous ranking no. 9 if back-to-back victories in Australia over George Kambosos Jr. wasn't enough to convince those that the Dream is among the best pure boxers in the game. A May 20th showdown opposite former P4P king Vasily Lomachenko feels like the perfect next challenge. Haney holds all the belts atop arguably the sport's most exciting division and is only getting better at age 24. Dropped out Vasily Lomachenko. Honorable mention Lomachenko, Stephen Fulton Jr., Artur Beterbiev, Jermell Charlo, Juan Francisco Estrada.